Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Wame. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my first video of the year and I can only hope that I came back with a bang. How is 2022 for you? I can only hope that it's treating you okay, but if you want to know how you can make even more progress in 2022, stick around as I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that I believe will help you make progress in 2022 and make it the best year yet for you. Let's get into the first one. The first thing that you need to do is to heal. Guys, you can't do anything if you're depressed. You can't do anything if you're sad, if you're grieving that it's taking over your life. You need to be intentional about your healing. Do something in that time. Like, time doesn't necessarily heal you. You need to be intentional with what you're doing in that time to heal. If it takes therapy, go to therapy. For me, I did therapy, but it didn't work. But I think it's because I didn't quite communicate my expectations well, so I can't blame her. And it could be that maybe that therapist is not right for you. So keep trying until you find the right therapist for you. Don't give up on the process. For me, again, after that therapy didn't work, I decided to go on a fast. And that is the thing that healed me. I do believe other things that I had been doing, reading books or just praying continuously about it, talking to friends, these are things that definitely added to my healing. But when I did that fast, because it had been years and years and years of suffering that emotional pain, when I took that fast, it kind of like just instantly, finally did the finals and healed me completely. And so whatever it takes for you to heal, go for it, do it. It's necessary for you to make progress in your life. The second thing, focus is a big one for me because I have always been a person who has so many interests. So for me, at any point that I needed to make my resolutions for the year, it was always like this big list. And I talked to my friend recently and I asked him, how do you make your resolutions for the year? And he said, you know what, I don't do it like a lot of you guys do it. I have just one goal for the year and I go for it. I go hard on it. I just go all out and focus, like pursue that one thing. And I thought, what? I could never. One thing. But looking at his life, I see that he's killing it, man. He's crushing it. He's really going for it. And I really admire him for that. But I know personally that I couldn't possibly do like one thing. I tried, but the best that I could do was to divide my year into 2 parts, the first half and the second half. The first part for me was to complete the things that I didn't finish from the previous year and years. And then the second part was to do a new project that I'll be working on with a friend. So these are things that I tried to like reduce the things on my plate, to kind of increase the mental strength and energy on that one thing or those fewer things, as opposed to having so many things pulling at me, from different directions. So the nice thing about focus is that if you focus, you might find that you finish those things much quicker than initially planned. That means you might have more time to do the other things that maybe you had thought you would do in the next year. So I think that's worth it. I have never really believed in paying for basic things like, how to speak, how to talk in front of a crowd. I always felt I'm already good at that. Or how to, do better on YouTube and stuff like that, or blogging and stuff like that. But recently I have grown attracted to doing this because even with all the YouTubers and bloggers that I have come across, okay, maybe a lot of them that I've come across, they themselves have taken courses, maybe not at the beginning, but along the way, they did take courses, they paid for courses, okay, to really enrich themselves. Because for you to, when you grow and you need to give more value to people, you need to empower yourself, you need to pour into yourself so that you're way higher, you're a level higher than the people you're pouring into. Otherwise, what are you doing? So I am like now into this thing of like attending workshops. And if it means going to webinars, I think I'm gonna be doing that now. Reading more books. There's a difference between somebody who has invested in that education and somebody who has not invested in that education. There's a difference between somebody who takes a free course and the one who takes a paid for course, because you can be sure that somebody who asks you to part with your money for them to give you the information You can be sure they have invested that energy and that time and that skill into that thing, as opposed to maybe the free one. The free one will be limited in a sense. So you can be sure that you're really getting value for your money. I hope. I hope. There's also a difference between somebody who, pays for a course and somebody who just gets information here and there from YouTube, that video, that post. Because with the paid one, it's more systematic. Your learning is more systematic and more contained. But then with the other one, it's kind of like haphazard, and there might be gaps in your knowledge that you might not even know how to fill. So I encourage you to pay, part with your money, invest. Wherever there is sacrifice, you can be sure there will be reward. The other thing that I love about investing in your learning or education, like paying for stuff, is that it's also part of research for you. Suppose you want to sell a course online one time. It'll be good. It'll be a good start to actually pay for a course to see what works and what doesn't work. Pay for that course and see how it's all done, right? So that it feeds into your research for when you want to develop a course for, online, for your online audience and stuff like that. So yeah, man, go for it. By all means, go for it. We cannot make real progress in 2022 if we are not prayerful. My word, prayerfulness is a big one. You need to be prayerful, because prayer opens your eyes. Prayer gives you wisdom. Prayer, makes you go into realms that you didn't even know existed before. And because God encourages us to pray all the time, He must know what He's talking about. I encourage you to be prayerful. I also, with this one, prayerfulness, I never really felt it was absolutely necessary. I know. Necessary in the sense that I always felt, okay, the scripture says I am blessed. The scripture says, when 1,000 falls by my right and 10,000 by my side, I don't know if I'm saying it right. That's what it is. That's my promise, and I can know it and receive it. I don't necessarily have to pray about it because it's already mine. As true as that is, I did realize that this person who was saying this was saying it out, and that was more like a prayer. I need to also say it out. I need to say it with my own mouth, that 1,000 may fall by my right, 10,000 by my side. I need to say it out so that it applies verbally in my life, because it is said that when you speak, you bring life to the words that you're saying. So prayerfulness, Stephanie Ike said it. She said, the only thing you can send into your future is prayer, and it works like a seed. I love it. And Emma May also said, cover everything with prayer. And I just love that word, cover everything. When you cover everything in prayer, you walk into your day with so much confidence. You have confidence in the decisions that you make. You have confidence in the way things unfold, because you have covered everything in prayer. I encourage you to be prayerful about everything, whether it's everything that you want to start this year, everything you want to keep doing this year. Be prayerful and see how things unfold. And the last one is sticking to a routine. I have found that people who stick to routines are much more efficient and effective. And I really think it's because when your mind is more focused, this is kind of similar to the one about focus. If your mind is focused, you are able to do something much quicker, and you are in a better mental state to do things. Because whenever you think, oh my gosh, I have to do this, you're like, oh no, wait, there's a day for that, or there's a time that I'm going to be doing that. And you rest better. You rest knowing that there's a time that you're going to be doing that. So right now, you just need to focus on that particular thing. Sticking to a routine will help you achieve your goals faster, and then you'll have more time to do other things. I am not so good with sticking to routines. I'm like so inconsistent so many times. But what I have done is to allocate activities to my days before I can allocate activities to my hours. I want to first be established with the days before I can go to the hours. And I think it's going kind of well for me so far. That is it for my 5 things that I believe will help you to make progress in 2022. Until next time.